Hey, Facebook, Twitch, uh, YouTube. It's the Harambe Keeper, and I'm going to apologize in advance yet again. Let me turn you over on the side here. Right now, I am currently cooking dinner because I keep trying to time it to where I'm cooking something so you guys can see me, cooking. I just got back from Ohio a few days ago, and my place is a disaster area by even veteran standards, which means if I'm admitting it's bad, that means it's freaking horrible. So check it out. I've been talking to a lot of my veteran brothers and sisters, and we're about to have us a new segment. Matter of fact, we are going to get the HMFIC, the co-HMFIC redneck pimp on here because the new segment we are simply going to entitle, we're going to call it the VA Fire for Effect. So now, let's see. I need that one. This one. Okay, let's see. So in my quest to eat semi freaking healthy. Now there's a story in my book about my grandfather on my dad's side of the family who was the most stark craving douchebag to ever walk the face of the earth. So, anyways, okay, here we go. So I hated Brussels sprouts. I didn't like Brussels sprouts at all. And my grandfather on my dad's side of the family was a complete dick bag. And he half-ass cooked some Brussels sprouts. Okay, so he cooked these Brussels sprouts and they tasted like absolute ass. Oh, crap, I forgot to shake it up first. So they tasted like absolute ass. And I was born back in the mid-70s when they could still beat your ass if you were disrespectful, okay? I'm a millennial, or I'm not a millennial. Holy crap, I believe I said it. I am Gen X. So I was born back at the end of the time when they could just absolutely beat your ass and get away with it. Okay. Now, hold on a second. How are the raisins? Oh, I know what they are. I think I know what they are. Oh, there they are. So yeah, he cooked these Brussels sprouts and they tasted like complete ass because the old man didn't know how to cook with a damn. My dad, my Vietnam vet dad, the hardest prick I ever, the meanest prick I ever met in my damn life, tried to stand up to him, and I watched him just emotionally beaten half to death, and it was like one of the most mind-blowing moments of my life as a young boy. So, in that pressure cooker, this pressure cooker I keep showing you guys, it will soften up some Brussels sprouts really nicely in about 30-35 minutes. But you got to put it on 15 and really just really just let the pressure cooker do its work and just pound it into submission. Okay. So, anyways, they tasted like absolute ass. So I'm like, no, I ain't eating that crap. So he yelled at me. He screamed at me. He was nasty as hell to me. My father and and my grandfather's wife, a keyword, attempted to intervene on my behalf. Okay. And well, it didn't end well. We'll just leave it. It didn't end well. Yeah. So I was at the gym today. I did my kettlebell class with my wrestler conspiracy theorist buddy who I just love like a brother. He's awesome. And I did my light squat workout because I'm doing what's called the Clemson the Clemson football power program. And I also take a spin class. I got to get back into that. Okay. And so I'm late in getting back. I'm busy trying to get my GoFundMe up and running to where people will actually donate so I can go back up to Ohio and get the care I need from a competent doctor who doesn't try to moonlight as a shrink and talk to me like I'm an idiot, which means there's no way in hell he works for the VA. So what this is like a spinach-based pasta. Okay. Screw it, I'm hungry. I worked out good today. And it's Brussels sprouts, carrots, some I don't want to say high end sausage. When you're broke, everything over the cheap crap is high end. Some one of those local sausages. Okay. So yeah, it's some local sausage and wrong one. So I'm gonna put this on here. Now we're gonna go into my bedroom where it's warm. So, here's what it looks like. Semi-healthy, and I put raisins in there simply because I crave energy drinks like a motherfucker. Oh, pardon my language. I crave energy drinks real bad. Okay, and so I put raisins in. According to all my diet, according to all my weightlifting and fitness friends, Bang is allowed. Bang and Rain for whatever reason. I have those every now and again, but I think I'm gonna have to cut them out. So, anyways, as soon as I can, I'm gonna get. Hey, Pip, send me a request to come in, or I might have to figure out how to get you in here. We're gonna start doing a segment where we talk about. And I got to get better at getting prepared for this stuff because this doing a show is weird for me. So tests turned out nice and soft too. That turned out way better than I thought it would. Let me see who I can invite in here real quick. Hold on a sec, everybody. I'm going to get come on. All right, I'm back. Pimp's got the link. He'll be in here momentarily. We're going to talk about is diabetes. And I did not know the VA could give you diabetes, but the VA, they're douchebags. So yeah, they can give you diabetes. And they will give you diabetes because, well, okay. Because they don't think before they do anything at all. Like ever. They just do whatever the hell they want. Okay. So I'm going to start having guests on here. I'm getting them lined up too. I don't have to work hard at all to get post-workout shake. I still got to finish. Oh, Goose Pimp, you'll be happy to know that hopefully hopefully by the end of the week I'll have a laptop. Okay. Hey, Pimp, how you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Mickey?
What? Welcome to the VA Fire for Effect segment.
So that term has a great significance when you're a veteran. You've heard that fire for effect before.
Light their asses up, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
So lay down. It's your show. Lay down the rules. What's the rules?
All right. You're going to say what you need to say. You're going to tell your story as honestly as you can, and I'll fill in the gaps by asking questions to kind of help to kind of help the audience kind of get the hang, just to help the audience feel for what it's like to be dealt with, to deal with the VA and their incompetence. And the VA, I'm going to say it like this. They are what I like to call hyper competent retards. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like what's her name? Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett level retards, where they just think they're gospel, they're gospel truth. And like I've had a couple of VA operators try to moonlight as a shrink, and you're a very angry person today. I'm like, okay, you work for the VA. You're not smart enough to moonlight. Shut up and do your job, and don't try to be a shrink. Okay, you're just gonna make things worse. So, but yeah, I want to get the platform that I'm on because the doctors said, you know, they actually had to do a recall of the metformin that the VA was getting because it had cancer-causing agents in it. So, yeah, here's the thing. Pull no punches. Say what you need to say in your heart, in your soul, in your guts about how the VA has treated you. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start, okay, I'm trying to talk to people like my Wounded Warrior Project guy about starting to establish like a network of doctors that are like an alternative to what the VA's community doctors, which are usually just, they're garbage.
Right.
Their options are absolute garbage. So I want us to have this discussion. You get out of your system what you need to get out of your system. You tell your story in the most authentic, honest way possible. And then what's going to happen is we're going to start doing things like I can't get them on, but I'm going to start getting other people on who are advocates of the community, and we're going to start working on getting like my guy Eric up in Ohio. And he found somebody here down in Charlotte near where I am that could help me. And we're going to just piecemeal this together, and we're going to start my goal is for you and I to tell stories like this about the VA to where they look at us and say, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop hollering. They're going to fight us. They've got a new mission, which is fighting with us because they don't have an enemy to. We're in peacetime. They don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to fight with. So guess what? They're going to fight with us. They're not going to stop. I'm just going to drink more. If they think I'm going to stop, I'm just going to drink more caffeine, and I'm going to get meaner. Okay, because I mean, at my hospital here where I live, there's been one successful suicide attempt in the parking lot, and there was one attempted one. HUD-VASH lost my paperwork, and I just sleep in my Jeep out in the parking lot after they kicked me out, after the cops kicked me out. But then they were nice enough to give me their crappy little box lunches. But it's stuff like this that we need to get out to the public. So tell your story, forget straight no chaser. You know, this is moonshine straight out the still. So tell your story.
Right. Well, I was in the military in the Marine Corps from 91 to 95. Mm-hmm. I required some injuries in the Marines, and then I did a stint in the National Guard as well, 3 years in the National Guard, which I occurred some injuries. Mm-hmm. And I got out in 1999. I was totally done with all my service in 1999. Mm-hmm. And from 1999 to 2009, mm-hmm. for 10 years, I messed around with them and tried to get some type of treatment, some recognition. You know, mm-hmm. Mysteriously didn't have files. You know, then they showed up. Mysteriously didn't know if National Guard was a real service or not. Then they figured that out, and it's just a whole bunch of rigmarole and every excuse I got. So finally, my wife and I had a big deal, and she goes, "Look, you need to go to VA and get checked out. You're losing your family." Mm-hmm. I said, "Well, I don't like to lose at anything. I win at everything I do." Okay, mm-hmm. So I went there, and I knew damn good what I had. I just didn't want to hear it. So I go into VA and I get checked out, and they said, "Well, first thing, you got PTSD." I said, "Okay, you think, you know?" Then they said, "Well, you also got a little OCD. Mm-hmm. You got some bipolar issues, bipolar mood aggression, and you're paranoid." Okay, and that's just a start. Later on, they figured out a bunch of other crap.
Yeah.
And they said, "Okay, then what are we going to do?" They said, "Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to pay you not to work." Mm-hmm. Well, how's that work? I run I do construction. I mean, I build high-end homes. You know, what do we do about that? They said, well, you're done. I said, well, can I not have a job because I get the benefits because I make more working? They said, no, this is compensation. You can work and get benefits, but we don't want you working because you don't play well with others. I was like, well, all this time you could just pull my wife in and ask her that question. Years prior, we could have had all this figured out, And so I go in there and get checked out, and they got this big, tall doctor named Dr. DeMark. Awesome guy. Some of the people working VA are just awesome. Some of them are like, man, where'd you find this dude? Right? But I talked to Dr. Mark, and he put his hand on my hand. He's talking very softly to me. He said, do you feel like committing suicide? I said, no, I feel like killing other people. So he took his hand off my hand. He switched packets in front of me because he had a set of questions he had to ask, right? And he was a good guy. They got me all figured out. And they got me going the right way, of course, with medication, because they throw medication and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Not one time was I diagnosed diabetes. Not one stinking time. Okay. They did all the blood work on me. I was an MMA fighter. I mean, I fought heavy. I fought light. It didn't matter. I was well in shape. I ate right. I ate a lot of protein. No diabetes. Blood work taken, no diabetes. Okay. I go through, we had one of my psychiatrists, she gets shot in the face, killed. How do you know psychiatrist? She gets hit by a bus. How do you know psychiatrist? So I'm going through all these changes, and they don't tell the veteran anything. Okay. I went through, I'm on my fourth or fifth psychiatrist. I'm on number 4 counselor. But this counselor I've had a long time, and he's a great guy, and we talk about things. And again, nothing about diabetes came up. Well, I got this one doctor. He liked making videos about fitness and all that, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't very fit, but he liked making fitness videos anyway.
Okay.
So he was there talking to me about things, and he got to look at my file, and he said, "You got high cholesterol." I said, "Yeah, I'm Native American. That's one of our flaws. We have high cholesterol, but it wasn't high. It wasn't off the charts bad. He didn't really have to do anything. Okay, it wasn't in bad level, but he did. He put me on what they call Lipitor. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't want it. Didn't want it at all. I heard the side effects of it. Well, sure enough, they put me on the Lipitor. I go back for blood tests, and they said, "Oh, you're diabetic." I say, I was done taking Lipitor, and they said, "I said, well, you guys made me that way because I didn't want the Lipitor." I said, "If you looked at my file and seen I was Native American," they said, "Oh, well, we didn't know you're Native American." I said, "It says right here in my file. What do you think the NA meant? Non-applicable? Not Native American." And they said, "Well, we didn't see that." They said, "Well, you're big. How do you know you didn't have it before?" I said, "Because I've had blood test after blood test after blood test. I've never had it from 1999 to 2012. I've never had diabetes. Never, not an ear test, right?" So they gave me type 2 diabetes, and so I started taking this all these medications and everything, and I'm plumb pissed off about it. And so they're saying, "Well, if you lose weight, you get off diabetes." And I started making jokes about it. I said, you know what? You gave me diabetes. You gave it to me. I don't give back gifts. I thank people for the gifts they give me, and I'm going to keep it. It's mine. It's mine. I want it. Well, no, you're going to get rid of it because you're going to die of this. Well, I don't. And that's just one of the many ways they screwed me around. They have, and to tell you that though, I got to tell you something else. They have did some good for me. I had MRSA real bad, and I got it when I was in jail. If you know me, that's not a stretch to I was in jail. I've a fraction of Cajun law in my day, right? But I got MRSA up here in my shoulder.
Okay.
The local hospital, and if Justice Snodgrass watches, he testified this. Our local hospital is stupid. I mean, you got our local hospital, VA. Wow. Okay. But anyway, they didn't get it all out. Well, it went down to my foot. It's in my bloodstream, and I got it real bad in my foot. Okay. Wife and I, it was in 2010. Wife and I were getting ready to go on a anniversary vacation. Hadn't been nowhere in forever. We decided we were going to go down to Arkansas.
Okay.
They said, "Well, you can't go. You got MRSA in your foot." I said, "Yeah, you can suck these." I ain't going to say it on a family show, but
gotcha.
Yeah. I said, "I'm going." They said, "I'll tell you what, we'll give you intravenously a bag of intravenous antibiotics, send you on crutches." Well, I've always had this ability to heal fast. I've always, just for some reason, I heal remarkably quick.
Yeah.
And again, this is a time where gave me enough antibiotics, and I was able to go. And they stitched me up, and they got rid of all the MRSA. I've been tested probably 15, 20 times, and there's no traces of it in my body anymore. So the VA did do that for me. That was good. And
they managed to do one
but
thing
they messed
right,
up. They did that. Now the dentist, they messed up my teeth. They gave me a white man teeth, native American teeth. We have shovel teeth. The back of our teeth are kind of concave. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they gave me these, and it gave me a lisps, like S when I talk. I have S.
Yeah.
They're nice teeth, but
so they've given you Mensa, they've given you diabetes, and they've given you teeth.
Yeah, even messed up teeth. Now they got rid of MRSA. They got rid of it.
No, they got
I'll
rid
give them
of
credit
it,
for that. Yeah, they got rid of that. They found out I was had PTSD, bipolar mood aggression. You know, which I don't know how much of that stuff's even real. How much that they're just throwing medicine at a guy. Because in my family we're all the same. You mean to tell me the whole damn generation's messed up, or is it just they want to throw medicine at a person?
I think what they do is they say, okay, you were better and you went through this, and this experience, so it's like, okay, you just have this because we're just playing the odds that you actually have it. Okay,
and if they are, that's not good at all. That's not good odds. That's just not right. One, they're wasting medication.
Educated guessing is what it is.
Well, one, they're wasting medication. If somebody else that needs it worse than me could have it. Two, they're putting people's lives in danger. They really are. Now, do I think I got some of that stuff? Yeah. I mean, Justin and I, off camera, Justin and I fight like we're married. I mean, I swear to God. And he's one of three people that can talk shit to me and keep his teeth. That's how much I respect him. He's one of the people I respect. He remembers when I was an MMA fighter. He remembers all that stuff, and Justin and I are real good friends. And he'll tell you, I suffer from one of the after effects of PTSD is what they call racing mind syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin has it too, and it's a wonder we can even talk to each other.
Oh, I know.
I perform on stage. I've been doing comedy for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I always have a set on stage. And I had somebody ask me one day, they said, well, the professionals don't have a set. I said, all the professionals do. It's just hidden. You don't know about it. There's a monitor somewhere. But it's not my set. It's not my jokes wrote out. I remember my jokes. It's a set that helps me stay in line because, my race in mind. It's a wonder I can even tell jokes on stage. It really is. It's a phenomenal feat if you watch me do it, if you watch me perform. So race in mind syndrome, and that affects, there's so many people that have that and that are not diagnosed with it in the military. Because, see, this is all new to VA. One thing Obama, and I hate to say this, because one thing Obama did do correctly, he made the VA open up their books, and he made them take better look at PTSD. Because they had so many at that time. Even the president at that time said, look, there's got to be something wrong with these guys that's not getting along. These guys are coming out here breaking laws and stuff, drinking all the time and trying to self-medicate. What is wrong with these men and women? Let's take an honest assessment. And then he started pushing the PTSD more. And I think that helped out. So I will give Obama, and I'll deny ever saying it. This is the only time you're going to hear me. I'll give him credit for that. But the government of the United States, it's a control. They spend billions and billions and billions of dollars, on the VA. When I had Bell's palsy, and a lot of people don't know this, I had Bell's palsy a couple years ago. It's 2018. I had it first part of the year, then I fell off a ladder and broke my arm the second part of the year. What a mess 2018 was. So, but I go to VA and they give me this eye patch, and hear the whole story. You'll laugh your ass off, but it's one of my jokes. But they gave me an eye patch for my left eye. This thing looked like somebody cut part of a spaghetti strainer. Okay, it was aluminum, had perforated holes in this thing.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you giving me an eye patch for? He said, well, I'm giving you an eye patch to keep things out of your eyes. You can see the sunlight coming through the damn thing. It had a lot of holes in it. I said, okay, I'll wear it. Hideous looking. Just, my grandkids ran scared. That's how bad it was. This thing hideous. But I went to put it on. I said, well, is it come with a band or something? Or string? He goes, no, you got to provide your own string. I said, now, wait a minute. You're a multi-billion-dollar organization, and I got to provide string to my own eyepiece. What is this thing? 50 cents in China? It can't be nothing. I mean, you're cutting back on string? Come on. So one of the male nurses said, I got some rubber bands. I said, well, that'll get me home. So I put rubber bands around it, and it made me a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you tell me, explain that to me, the logicness of cutting back on string on an eyepiece. I got a business degree. I understand money.
Okay.
How is that cost effective? That's not something that requires you to be cost effective on.
Here's the thing:
wasting needles, wasting fuel, but string for an eye patch.
Yeah. Here's what trips me out the most. Okay, your story is going to be the first of several. I've got a guy who's going to come on in a week or two who is, they botched his back surgery to where like the scar just started bleeding again. Okay, I got one guy who they screwed up his diabetes. They gave him diabetes too, and the doctor told him to kill himself. Okay. About my situation. I had a doctor literally. I've got a hernia apparently, right? It's like 1.8 millimeters. Blah 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 blah. So I'm laying down on the flat, either do some bench or like some crunches. And I looked up and I had a football size shaped lump right there, and I'm like, damn, that does not look natural. So I go. Oh, I know. I'm like, I go to the VA doctor, and she says it's 1.8 millimeters. And when they say they'll monitor it, it's a way of saying piss off. We don't want to deal with you. And literally, she said to me, "Let us know when it explodes, and we'll just push it back in for you." Okay. The meanest thing I said to a VA doctor without curse words, it happened up in Appleton, Wisconsin. And before I moved down here to North Carolina, I was in one of my moods. I literally said to this VA doctor, "Could you pretend you don't VA and actually correctly diagnose me on the first try?" He literally said it was all in my head. So I think what the VA does, it has a lot of doctors that are either like total noobs, and we don't rate doctors with with the ability to diagnose problems, because from what I understand, the VA, like any given medical graduating class from a medical school, they represent the bottom 30 to 50% of any given class. They're pill pushers. And they've got a few halfway decent diagnosticians that they just work to death. My father had, he's a Vietnam vet. He's got Agent Orange. He was sitting in his chair one day, and his granddaughter stabbed him in the leg with a fork, and he didn't feel a damn thing till the blood started running down. It's like they went to an outpatient clinic, and they did electroshock therapy. And at one point, they had 400 volts running through his legs, trying to get his nerves to fire again. And he's like, "Dude, I can't. You need to stop this. It's not comfortable. I don't like it." They kept right on going, like he didn't do anything, like he didn't say anything. Okay, so I see my future if I don't fight them tooth and nail. And I just heard I got a guy, one of the guys I'm bringing on, he's an Air Force guy, and he's a veteran advocate. All apparently, there's all kinds of ED linked to PTSD, like ED, and I was told, because my father's a Vietnam vet, if I'm ever diagnosed as bipolar, that means my DNA was mutated by Agent Orange. Okay, so yeah,
right.
The VA at best guesses. They half-ass guess. They get lucky, and they're the pill pushers who don't do anything. They're the box checkers who don't give any thought to anything other than checking the box. They have the intellectual curiosity of a fence post, and they have like the veterans that are working at the VA most of them are like slick sleeves, or they were fobbits, and they're the sweet, nice, lovable people, and that's the douchebag civilians have in their minds. And then when we dysfunctional bastards get in there and we're not sweet and lovable and nice, then the civilians hate us, and then they get all kinds of offended so they can label us problem children. And yes, I'm a problem child at my VA. So yeah, they're half-ass guessing at best.
The VA also has a lot of other things. Well, the VA also has a couple other things wrong with it too. I've done a little research myself. We're getting to the generation now where your Vietnam veterans are getting in the 70s, and maybe even 80s. Okay, they're getting up there in age. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you expect a lot of them to come in, PTSD and things like that, because the majority of veterans commit suicide are your Vietnam veterans. That age bracket, Vietnam veterans. And I don't know why they're almost there. Why kill yourself? A little bit longer and you'd be dead anyway. But and my dad is an example of this. My dad's a Vietnam veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He don't go to VA. A lot of your VA veterans don't go to the VA. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised the percentage of them that don't go to get any type of help. One, because my dad was a three branch guy. He was in the Army, the Navy, and the Marine Corps. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he kind of got some trouble and he was in the brig, but they got his records. They know who he was. Mm-hmm. Well, when he went to go to the military, or when he would go to the VA and get benefits, they had a fire in St. Louis some time back, and it burned up a lot of records.
Yeah.
Conveniently, most of the VA for Vietnam records. Okay. Oh, conveniently burned Vietnam records. My dad was one of those. He can't prove anything. He's got ribbons. He's got medals. He's got scars. Only thing he could prove was 2 years of service. Okay, if that much. And I got to talk to some other veterans, and they all got the same thing. If they go to VA can't find their records, so they doubt that there's even a service, and it's extremely hard. So a lot of your Vietnam veterans just give up.
Yeah, they do.
They just gave up, and so so we got a whole percentage of people out there, our brethren and sisters, who are not getting treated, who are now coming to the age where they start needing certain types of medication, maybe, certain types of things, maybe, and they can't get none of it. So what do? Well, they start self-medicating. They're drinking, or they smoke a little Jesus lettuce. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not condoning none of that. You do you. If you can't get any help, I understand.
Yeah.
So the VA needs it. There's a whole aspect, and this segment on your show should go 20 years if you cover all aspects, because there's so many things messed up. The diagnosis of problems, the mental issues in the VA, lost records in the VA. I mean, pretty soon, those generations will die off. Does that mean all our records are now all fine and clear? No, they'll have some other excuse. Okay. Travel's always been a big expense. They pay you, they don't pay you. They pay you, they don't pay you. They need to have something where they bring the veterans, and we need to put a couple people up there. I don't know. You call them liaisons, if you will. Okay.
Yeah.
Who speak for us? So when they make these changes, we know what's going on. There's no reason why Justin Snodgrass and I should have four or five psychiatrists, and we don't know how long they're going to be there, and we go 6, 7, 8 months without even assigning one to you when you're supposed to have on a regular basis. So there's so many things that VA can fix. They do some good, but unfortunately, Mickey, as you know, they got so much bad that outweighs the good.
Well, here's what I'm going to say on this. Here's my proposal. I'm going to put this proposal out there, and I hope I'm going to say this. Get this to a congressman, what I'm about to say. Okay. Let me show you something. My neighbor, he's got this is the engine that came out of his wood splitter. It crapped out on him, so he had to replace it. The VA views us to be this Stratton. It's about 30 to 40 years old. I'm going to take it apart and see if I can get a rebuild kit for it, okay? The VA views us to be that old-ass engine. And they're the lazy parts changers that don't want... most VA employees cannot make it on the civilian side. They cannot make it in good private practices. They cannot make it in good hospitals. The VA is a dumping ground for all the mediocre doctors. So they got doctors to treat veterans in the most half-assed way possible. Okay.
Right.
So here's the thing. The VA, if it were an engine, it would have a hole in the piston from something busting through it. Okay, or like a valve just busted through it because the spring keeper popped loose, and Anyways,
one of the best things the VA have done, and I'll give them full credit for this deal.
Mm-hmm.
They got what they call a 60-mile patient. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you're 60 miles or further away from the VA, they'll give you a referral to another doctor who's better qualified in your area.
Well, that's
the one I go to is in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I live outside of a town called Hamilton, Missouri, which is about 72, maybe 75 miles away if you take the roads and shit.
Yeah,
there. So they give me sometimes they give me a regular patient or someone that I can, a regular doctor that I can trust. That part is good. That's something that's something that Trump kicked in when he first got in office. So that stuff's good. But like I said, I mean,
they do some good things, but it's token crap because the entire system is built on just preserving itself. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about my Wounded Warrior Project guys. Like, oh, if you could just get your private doctor up in Ohio to submit to this peer review board, and he could. Here's the thing. That peer review board is token crap. Okay, here's what it's really about. If you don't have insurance, you get the bargain section crap doctors. Okay, I'll come on and say it. I've got ED, which is why I went up to get this what's called a P shot, where it's got this. It recruits T cells to fix what needs fixing. Plus, I got to do this sound wave stuff where it breaks up all of the nasty triglycerides and the plaque that's is down in that area of the body in the bloodstream. And the VA will never approve it for one simple reason. That would mean they'd lose revenue because I, as a veteran, would have to go to somebody else.
Right.
And I would the fewer veteran visits, the more money they lose. And if you don't,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because that leads me to another point here. I've met with a few politicians, not very many, but a few. I said, look, I like to sit down in front of the VA or in front of the government, hell, federal government, state government, whatever. I said, I can propose a way to VA to save a lot of money and help a lot of veterans at the same time. Yeah. They said, well, what do you got? I said, here's the deal. You spend so much money on metformin and diabetes care amongst veterans. All right. Well, instead of throwing all that money, why don't you give them a monthly or a yearly subscription to a gym? Okay.
Yeah.
For those veterans who want it.
Yeah.
Don't pay them if they don't feel comfortable paying the veteran. Pay the damn gym, whatever. Okay. And then and have a nurse or somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. I know what I'm doing, but you get some veterans that don't know how to lift weights. They don't know what they're doing. Okay.
Exactly.
And then that veteran, out of habit, will start to lose weight. He'll get the machines. He'll know how to do it properly. Lift weights, hit the bag, whatever, cardio.
Yeah.
Once he gets in shape, because majority of people who have diabetes, if you get in shape, you go off. Not all of them. Don't text me and tell me I'm wrong. I already know the facts. But majority of people who have diabetes will get off it, like me. Okay. So if they do something like that, these people get off diabetes. They save a tremendous amount of metformin because I got a letter in the mail about metformin. They got to scale back because they don't make enough. And not because people are abusing it, because it don't make you have diarrhea if you don't use it right. So, I mean, seriously. So nobody's abusing metformin. But they got so many people on it, and because of the COVID, they don't make enough. Well, I'll tell you what, take my portion to give it to someone else. Let's get me in a gym, and let's get the weight off me and instill the habits. Once you instill the habit, you're more likely to keep that habit than you are to lose it. And if you go to the gym anyway when you're skinny, so what?
Here's what I'll do.
And you know what they told me? You know what they told me? They said, well, that's counterproductive. I said, how's save money counterproductive? They said, well, think of it this way. If we don't have nobody that's got diabetes, how do we have anybody treat anybody? I was that's stupid. That is how your federal government thinks.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I want you to talk to that politician. I want you to get him this episode. I'm not gonna curse, but I'm gonna say something. Could it get me in trouble? Yeah, but I don't care. This is how stupid you just convinced me that these people are irreparably stupid. Here's what we do. Whatever a committee is in charge of the VA. Here's what we do with these mouth breathers. Okay? We strip them of their insurance, as in they have no. We strip them of their Cadillac insurance plans. We forbid them from getting insurance. We get like the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the Air Force. We would literally set up 2 C-130s for every state just to get the senators and the congressmen to fly wherever we want to fly them. We're not letting them go to their local VA. Oh no. We ship them via C-130 and just we make the pilot do combat drops to see if we can get him to barf. Because I was the guy going wee while some poor bastard was going blah. Okay. We will fly them to the worst performing VA hospitals halfway across the country. We strip them of their oversight powers. And then once we kill about half of them off due to VA incompetence and criminal apathy, then we put veterans in that committee. And if the veterans don't agree to it, it doesn't happen. Okay? We need to make their stupidity painful. Okay.
Yeah. We got that. You're right. And check your comments, Mickey. See what your comments. See if you got any questions in your comments or anything. Because okay. I'm sure there's a lot of people. That have either agree with you or disagree with what you're saying about the VA who've had some sort of experience. But that's the politicians. The sad thing is the politician was right. He was absolutely right because that's how they think. He is absolutely right. He's an idiot, but he was right because that's how they think. That's how the federal government does everything. You wonder why they buy $100 ink pen? $100 ink pen. $100 ink pen. But that's all the type of money they spend on.
It's all about protecting their existence, their pensions. I mean, we as veterans have to get garbage care, so no politician should suffer the indignity of retiring anything less than a millionaire. Okay, I got Kerry Wilcox. I go to St. Joe's Clinic. I like both my doctors there, but not the counselor, so I don't get counseling. My situation is so bad. I've been like thrown out of my VA hospital by at least 1 to 2 counselors because I ask very specific questions, and I'm telling you right now, the VA has to be run like on the low by the E4 Mafia and Corporal Underground because they have mastered the art of lie, deny, and make counter accusations. There's E4 and there are members of the E4 Mafia and the Lance Corporal Underground teaching these bastards how to not answer. They don't answer. They never answer questions. They never ever acknowledge wrongdoing. And when I say they never acknowledge wrongdoing, it approaches like sociopathic proportions. Okay, they always say, "I'm sorry for your experience," and I'm like, "Are you sorry for your part in my experience?" I'm sorry. They never ever acknowledge wrongdoing. We need to get some sergeants major and we need to get some crusty NCOs with 2 to 3 deployments, 2 to 3 divorces, and a lot of anger and caffeine in their system, and proverbially violently root out the E4 Mafia that is teaching these people to disrespect us the way they have. Okay, so yeah, what I would do, I would disband the VA. I would disband the VA.
Hold on a second. You said root out who? Who example? Are we saying it's the federal government's fault? Are we saying it's the higher ups of the VA fault?
It is.
Where do we start?
Where
do we start?
Here's what we do. the doctors at the VA hospital are window dressing. It's the bean counting administrators that rule with an iron fist and probably have more confirmed kills than half your ISIS terrorists. Okay, all the bean counters need to be thrown out, stripped of their pensions, and just they need to do the walk of shame out of the VA. Fire them all. Fire them all. Fire every last administrator in the VA. Disband the VA altogether. Take all that money, all of it, aside from maybe what I would call PTSD. Like you would only have I had a counselor. Her name was Deb. She helped found a PTSD program. You get all the old hands who are actually new counselors, and you have them form a committee and build a blueprint for a PTSD program with unlimited funding. Basically, the Congress just writes whatever the counselors say. We need this. The only thing we as veterans would say to the congressman: shut up and write the check. Shut up and write the check, or one of us bad guys is going to give you a wall-to-wall, come to Jesus counseling. Okay, the PTSD and anything associated with the VA that's like amputee stuff like that. That certain counselors in the VA can actually do right. You let them have that. The medical profession, you simply disband them. Okay, they're worthless, utterly worthless. You disband it and you create insurance accounts for every single veteran, and when we do, if we can do that, and we can develop this network that veterans pick the doctors, not the VA saying, here's our community care list, you just choose whoever we want you to choose, and they're usually as inept and as the VA. We build from scratch a brand new community care network, and we say to the VA, and we disband the VA, and then it's like, okay, that network. Okay, here's the VA insurance, and it's still where it's just a card you swipe, and it's all taken care of. Disband the VA. Okay, it's irreparable. It is an engine block with a gaping hole in it from a connecting rod blowing out the side. It is a boat anchor. It is a doorstop. It is worthless. VA is irreparable. There you go. Share that with a politician, and then watch them squirm and say, "Oh, we're committed." You're committed to nothing but saving your own ass. You're committed to nothing but making sure you've got a pension at my expense. Screw your commitment. It's a lie, and you know it.
Here's something else.
Send this to that politician.
Here's something else that baffles everybody's mind. Biden, President Biden, Biden, whatever you want to call him, Biden, whatever. That's why I call him Biden. He just made it a rule now where the transgender folks can have their stuff. He's going to allow them to have VA surgery.
Yeah.
The ironic part of that is, they shouldn't have been yelling so loud about having the VA do that. They should have went to their own doctors, because the way VA messes shit up, they're liable to make him a man again. If a man wants to be a woman, they're liable to go into the surgery. He come out a bigger man.
The transgender community, the transgender community should be running for their damn lives at the thought of a VA doctor.
Yeah,
VA scalpel monkey. No, the VA.
Think about it.
They should be screaming at Biden like, hell no! Don't let those bastards touch me.
Here, think about it. Here's something funny. You called your family. You're a transgender male, right? You called your family. Got you all set up for the surgery, boy. You're all happy. You changed your name from Robert to Rochelle. You got all the thing going here. Then you go into VA and you go in and you come out a bigger male than you did when you went in.
Well, talk about
say it ain't possible.
Talk about a happy accident. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know any transgender people personally, but I know some of them are like, "Oh fuck, why'd you say something? Why'd you do that?" VA can't do a hand-grown toenail.
We're looking out for them. We don't want VA skeletal circus monkeys operating on us. Everybody knows that's a bad idea. It's all, when in doubt, you don't let VA doctors touch you. Okay.
Now, here's the sad thing, Mickey.
Yeah.
Healthcare in this country is terrible anyway. So here we are complaining about the VA.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the VA's bad, how bad's the rest of the healthcare in this country? I mean, everything's so overrated, so overpriced. I got a bill one time, or my mother got a bill one time. She was in the hospital. My mom's had breast cancer, had one removed. She's had pneumonia. She's had cancer. She's been in and out of the hospital. We got a bill one time. They charged her $100 bill for an aspirin. $100 bill for an aspirin. I told her, I said, I could go down to the damn Dollar General and get you 7 cases, for that price. Are you shitting me? The needles are $40. Clear tubing for Christ's sake, is $50. You go down to hardware store, get shit for 29 cents. Everything's so overpriced, man.
Here's the problem. I said this to my doctor, and I'm going to say it now, and it's going to sound horrible, but I'm done caring about these people's feelings because they're screwing us so bad. I mean, they're screwing it. Here's what I'm going to say. Here's the problem. And I'm going to say it. It's going to come across as horrible, but it is something of a male-dominated. It's an old male-dominated profession. It's a good boys club. Here's the problem. You got all these old fat doctors who are out, and I said this about ED. I said most of these doctors with these doctorates who are directors of hospitals, whether they be male, if they're male, they're 50 to 60 years old. They're 50 to 60 pounds overweight, and they have not seen nor satisfied a woman with their dick since Gulf War I. With women, they haven't seen nor satisfied a man with their pussy since Gulf War I. And that's not even me being vulgar. That's me being brutally honest. They impose their mediocrity onto the rest of us. Oh, this is good enough. No, your minimalist, better than nothing crap is not good enough. Okay? And that's the problem. They don't care because they are mediocre human beings using their to justify their mediocrity. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a video this Saturday. I'm going to call it Sled Saturday. It's where I'm up to 810 pounds on the sled, and the biggest kettlebell I can get is 70 pounds. I'm going to show you the sled workout, and so everybody can see what kind of effort it takes to get back in shape. And it's evil. It's torture. But I'm going to do it because I want these people to understand. I want to look them in the eye and say, your mediocrity is not good enough. And your education should not be used to justify your mediocre, rotten ass attitude. That's what I want to say to these people. Your mediocrity is you have the right to be mediocre as you want. You don't have the right to impose it on me and affect the way I get healthcare to get what I need. That's what we need to say to these people. And you know what? We're going to have this every week. And mark my words, I don't have a problem finding veterans who want to come on and tell their stories. And my goal is for this segment to get so big, it has to be transferred over to other shows to handle the load. That's what I want. I want these bean counting douchebags who are these mediocre douchebags to look at these videos and say, these bastards are not going to stop fighting us. They need a war, and they've declared it on us. We either give them what they want, or it's just going to get worse. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to drink caffeine and get meaner and more foul-tempered with these people. Nice is out the door. And they're saying, somebody told me I need a mission. Okay, I'm going to fight the VA. I'm going to fight them, and I'm not going to care how many feelings I hurt. Because they get off on hurt feelings so they can label us problems. So they don't have to look in the mirror and say, I'm just a mediocre piece of trash who isn't good enough to be out in the civilian, to be in a real hospital, to be in a real medical practice. So I get in the VA so I can screw over veterans with my mediocrity. Okay, that's the goal. We want to put these people on notice that their mediocrity is no longer tolerated and no longer good enough to justify shortchanging us and mistreating us. That's the plan. So there you go. And if I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of collaborating, and what this might do for you, it might wake some stuff up. So if anytime you get if anything else comes up and you want to talk about it, I'm bringing you back on, and we'll hash that out. But what we're going to do with this, we're going to start getting these charity organizations and these veteran advocacy organizations to be like, okay, we need, because this one dude who invented the internet, he wants to build another one like Bender. Screw you! I'm going to build my own internet. We as the veteran community need to rise up and say, screw you! I'm building my own network of competent doctors who don't hate me and who don't talk down their nose to me and who aren't tone deaf and who are too stupid to moonlight as a shrink and alienate and demonize and crap all over me. It's time to start fighting these people, and it's time to start getting some attitude with them and saying your mediocrity is not good enough. Your half-ass approach is not good enough. Your guessing is not good enough. Pull your head out of your ass and act like you got an education and actually diagnose problems and put forth solutions that are top quality, not cheap crap based on how much insurance you do or do not have. It's all or nothing. There you go.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that approach works.
Here's the thing.
It'll be like
obviously I've got no shot at being the good cop. So we need some better. Okay, I got to be the good cop so this dude doesn't go on a rampage. Okay, and they need to, and it's here's the thing. I'm not the only one. I'm just the one. I'm just being a loudmouth right now. And hopefully this will build up in the veteran community and be like, okay, enough is enough. And so yeah, there you go.
Well, we'll see how it works out. There's a lot of people that are behind the scenes that don't want to say anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
They could, because they really don't. They either two things: either don't care, or they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do about it,
and they fear retribution.
But here,
if you're a good VA employee and you actually care about veterans, you're either going to get run into the ground or run off because
we got a good platform right here at Woe Entertainment. We got a good platform. We got some people that are attached to us. A couple spinoffs. They would love to get them involved in what we do. This is a good platform for people to take a stand. You covered a lot of material. You've expressed your thoughts about a lot of material on this segment. But it needs to go further. It needs to not just resonate with us veterans. We need to get a committee, or we need to get something to take down to these local state houses or to the federal house and say, look, guys, we want to talk. We want to tell you all. Hang on, I got somebody bothering me. Okay. We want to tell you all what our problem is. We want to tell you all, what's been going on, because you're obviously not there. You're not taking your rounds. You let them know you're coming, and they act a certain way because they know you're coming.
Oh yeah.
You do some pop-ins. You do some pop-ins. Take a look at a file. Bring a head doctor with you who knows what you're looking at. Pop in, take a look at a file once in a while. Say, why is this guy, why in his eyes, his prescription right? Why is he fighting you for? Because I got a friend who fights about his eye. He only wears glasses because they ain't right. My glasses ain't right. I don't wear glasses because they ain't right. I should wear them, but I see better without them than I do with them because they ain't right. Why is that? Why boots?
We need to get these. Yeah. Go ahead.
My foot. I got a size E foot. My foot is triple E. I'm Native American. We have wide feet. It's a hereditary thing. So when I go to buy shoes, I got to buy a bigger size to make it for the width. I would complain many years, and finally found after that complaint, I found a store where I go buy a pair of boots to fit. That's what we need to do to VA. We need to go to the VA and have them either pay for a private doctor or something, so we can get this help and make that available for everybody, not just people 60 miles away, but for everybody. If I don't want to use you, I can use this guy. Why not? What's taking so long? The VA has been around for a long time. What's taking so long?
So here's the thing. Okay, let me. I showed you that engine, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with these people, it goes back to good old fashioned craftsmanship. I can rebuild this engine. I can clean everything up. As soon as I start that up, I'm going to know how good my craftsmanship is. The problem with these people, they don't have that mindset. They don't understand that concept. They throw money at the problem. They come up with half-assed ideas, and they're never going to know how good craftsmanship is because they're going to want this problem to go away as quickly as possible. They don't want to solve a problem. They want to make it go away. So what we need to do is this. Okay, we need to legitimately strip these people of their insurance, cram jam and stuff them into the VA system, and let them be on the receiving end of some of the craftsmanship of the kind of work that these VA doctors do, whether it because they're lazy and incompetent, or if the bean counters above them are like, he doesn't have any insurance. This is the cheap crap options we're going to give him. That's the end of the discussion. And they know I'm speaking the damn truth. So they need to be on the receiving end of that craftsmanship. And like, oh, wow, okay, we need to do a rebuild.
And also, on that same token, on the other side of the coin, there's veterans who are being told things that they don't want to hear. Okay, if someone has a problem because of something they did, all right, they don't want to correct their behavior. They want another opinion. They want some doctor to tell them what they're doing is right. I can fix you here. When in reality, veterans also need to do their part. Whether it's exercise and not have diabetes, or it's stop drinking, stop smoking, whatever. In this culture we have in America or all over the world now, people don't want to hear what they do wrong. They want somebody to cater to them to make them see what they're doing is right. When the reality is, we're all in this together. Maybe I need to quit drinking. Maybe you need to fix my kidneys. I can't drink and my kidneys get fixed. I need to be aware of that. I need to know that too.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Veterans they throw a fit in there. They cry about things, but they're not making a difference. They're not doing something. I mean, a guy's
right. Keep going.
Here's what we do. I knew a veteran in Kansas City. He was 450 pounds. Okay. His glasses kept getting worse and worse and worse. They told him it's because his diabetes is making him blind.
Yeah.
He threw a fit and said, "No, you can't get my prescription right." They said, "No, we're going to keep adjusting it. We're never going to get it right because you keep getting worse." They said, "Do something about your diabetes." "No, you're stupid. Get my glasses right." So you got a portion of like that who need to change. You need to say, "Well, wait a minute. Maybe I need to do my part too. Maybe I just can't wave a wand and I'm fixed by myself."
Well, here's what we need. I didn't trust the VA either. I was probably diagnosed with diabetes in like 2012, but I didn't pay attention to diabetes until after I came out of the damn coma. So I got to own that too. Right. I'm guilty of that too. Here's what I think we need. I think we need veterans in the VA system. We need like a battle buddy program where the battle buddy comes along and the doctor and both of them do the research together, like literally in the room, and show, hey, because one of the first signs of my diabetes was my vision went to hell on the damn highway, and it's a miracle I didn't have a car accident. So yeah, I can vouch for that, like you believe. So maybe we need a battle buddy program to where the veteran, so he feels more comfortable, because if he's angry at the VA, he doesn't trust them. He's not going to trust their diagnosis. So we need the battle buddy and the veteran and the doctor to do the research together and take it and lay it out step by step, like a diagnostic trouble tree, and be like, okay, this is your problem right here. I'm literally showing you the problem. And that'll help him if he's got a veteran there who can vouch for it, because if they want to talk about diabetes, hey, I can talk about diabetes. Okay. So we need to develop a battle buddy program and in every VA hospital, and the VA doctors need to be allowed to be a lot more interactive and stop talking at veterans and start talking to them. Okay. I literally at one point told my VA caseworker, I called my doctor Dolores Umbridge, that pink lady from Harry Potter who was a total condescending skank, whatever you want to call her. She was condescending to the nth degree. And but the culture's got to change on both sides, and we got to both want to change it because we know it needs to be changed, and not just to stop conflict, so they can actually deliver a better product.
Right. Well, Mickey, it's been a good little segment. I'm sure you want to keep this segment on an hour because you got other stuff you want to cover. Before I go, I want to say, guys, tune in to Mickey. He's one of the new hosts on here. This is his 4th or 5th show now. He's moving along. You guys check him in. He's got some good stuff. He's passionate. He's passionate about the veterans. I mean, my God, if you couldn't tell by the nice conversation, he ain't passionate, then it's something wrong with you. But before we get out of here, there's a couple events Whoa Entertainment wants to remind everybody. On March 13th in Cameron, Missouri at the American Legion Hall, we got a last man standing contest. You want to know who the best comedian on the planet is? Bring your ass there. We're going to tell some jokes. We're going to give away a trophy. Justice Snodgrass is going to be one of the judges. Carl, the Wizard of Oz, on here. He's going to be one of the judges on there. I think Tater's coming. Our buddy Tater's going to come be a judge. March 13th. Starts at 7 o'clock. Leave the children home. You'll be 18 or over. Because I'm not going to hamstring the judge. I'm not going to hamstring the comedians. I want them to tell their funny stuff, whether it's clean or whether it's dirty. You got the option. Tell it. It's 2 rounds competition. We're giving away a trophy. The trophy I'll have on the show live Tuesday night, 5 to 7 on our one table. I'll present the trophy so y'all can see it. This is a beautiful trophy we had made. Also, November 5th and 6th, Warrior Fest, our Super Bowl, our pride and joy, our benefit concert to raise money for veterans who commit suicide. As you all know, Mickey, you know there's 22 a day or more. It's actually more because of the pandemic. 22 a day commit suicide. Sad stat, guys. We got to kill that, proverbially kill that. 22 a day. It sucks. It's November 5th and 6th. It's going to be in Missouri and Kansas City area. So stay tuned. We got more comedy shows coming. There are a lot of great shows on the network. Don't miss out, guys. Every day of the week we got a show. Some days have 2 shows now. All the content you want is right here on Whoa Entertainment Network.
Here's what I'm going to say about. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm going to say about the Super Bowl that is Warrior Fest. Okay, I'm diabetic, so I've got to get my ass back in shape. I've been working at it. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing videos, and I got a guy I'm going to try to get back in touch with. He wants to do a documentary on me losing my weight. I'm gonna treat I'm gonna treat Warrior Fest like that's my goal. I got to get in shape. I was 285 when I went into that hospital. Okay. They managed in 10 to 15 days, I think it was like 10 days, they managed to pump 30 pounds of water weight. So I was 249 when I got back. I've gained weight, but I've been working out. Like when I say I've been working out, I've been doing what's called the Clemson Football Power Program, and I've been doing a kettlebell class 2 to 5 days a week, and I've been doing a spin class. Me and my trainers are going to get together, and we're going to modify the plan after I do a strength test in about a month. And I'm going to start documenting my journey as a diabetic. I'm going to document the working out. I'm going to document the eating. I'm going to document the water intake. That way you can, and here's what I'll do. Goose has a picture. I texted him a picture of my triglyceride count in June of 2019, right before the come. Pimp, you tell Goose to text you that picture. And if they're cool with it, if they don't think it's a security problem, we'll post it on the Whoa main page. Okay. I don't know what my triglycerides are right now, but I know my blood sugars are down under control because I actually forgot my meds before I went to Ohio, and I came back like yesterday. I tested my blood yesterday morning. It was only 106, which for me is miraculous. I'll show you. I'll show the food I'm eating. I'll show you how I'm cooking the food. The whole line.
Before I go, what's your weight right now?
Right now, I'm 256.
See, I'm about 30 pounds heavier than you are. Okay. I'm 287. If I fart, I'm 285. Okay.
There you go.
I got a bunch of upper body strength. I bench press about 350, but yeah, I don't run from nowhere. I just don't run. Run's like foul language. Now in my defense, I got a bad hip, bad knees, and 2 bad ankles, so I don't run. But here's the deal: you set the goal by Warrior Fest.
225.
Do something that I couldn't do. I set a goal 2 years ago, and I plumb fell because I just don't even care about anymore. It seems like I need to get that back, and I'll try to get my head right for that. But you do that, and I tell you what, one of the great honors in my culture is we give gifts. Okay, Native Americans, we give gifts. If you meet your goal at Warrior Fest, I'll provide you with a wooden pipe.
Oh, nice!
A handmade wooden pipe. I'll ordain it, and then it'll be made. I'll make it out of walnut or maple, where it's ready to smoke. You can smoke walnut maple, and I don't know if you smoke or not, but I'll present you with this pipe, and that'll be my gift to you. If you make the journey, because that's the big journey, my friend. If you make this journey, I'll give it to you. But listen, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll listen to the rest of you. I'll listen to you rest off the air. But yeah, and I'm Redneck Pimp. Appreciate y'all having me on. We're gonna go a long ways. Stay tuned. Yeah.
To return the favor, I don't know if you this, but I've got pictures of me cooking food in a watermelon. I'm gonna cook you a bacon. I will cook you a bacon bomb. Okay. Well, at Warrior Fest, I will cook you one. And yeah. So I'll cook you some. I'll cook you some of my cooking, and yeah. And if we get everything done right to where my book gets published through a publisher, I really want to publish my book. You'll get my book, you'll get my cookbook, and you'll get my writer's program. And you'll have plenty. And here's the thing: it's easy to read. I mean, I make that my cooking system is so simple. You could literally be in the coma that I was in and still do it. Everything 1, 2, 3s. You barely measure anything. You just throw stuff together and it just happens. And my buddy that I was in, whose place I stayed at, Ohio, he called what I was eating. He called it pumped up pasta salad, and that stoner video games where stoners would love my cooking. So yeah, that's who we're gonna have to mark. That's one of the groups we're gonna have to market to as gamers who are stoners who play. Yeah, it'll be fun. So I'll do that for you, man.
Redneck Pimp, y'all take care of yourself. Dona Dog Ahoy. I'm out, brother. Have a good show.
Later. Oh, all right, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the thing. I'm on a phone, and my Wonder Warrior Project guy is in the process of getting me a new laptop. So I'm thinking we can go 30-ish more minutes. But what the plan? Here's what we're gonna do. The rest of this episode is going to be a planning kind of a thing. I'm going to just explain to you what direction we're going. Okay. As you can tell, I get riled up and rowdy and ornery. Get used to it. Just get used to it. Okay. What my journey is going to be, you're going to get to see it. You're not going to see this, this pretty people, the things are easy approach. No, hell no. You're going to see me struggle. And I want to make it to Warrior Fest in shape. And I want to make it to Warrior Fest with everything working, which means I need to raise up funds to go back up to Ohio to get the rest of the treatments I need. And you're going to watch me go through it. Why? Because I don't need you thinking this is easy. I don't need you thinking I'm looking like I'm trying to make it easy to make myself look good. This is not a pretty face, okay? There's an old saying, that ship has sailed. Look at this face, dude. Look at this face, my people. That ship was never in the harbor to begin with. Okay, so I'm just gonna document my struggle so you guys can be like, okay, I got no excuse. I have no excuse to not get it together. I'm gonna document Sled Saturday, which is I'll put pictures on the Woe main page and Woe HQ. And you're going to see the dumb stuff I do to myself to get back in shape. I'm going to start doing videos of the food I cook and how I cook it, okay? So you can see what goes in my mouth, how I prepare it, the whole nine. It's going to be a long damn summer. It's going to be a long spring. You're going to see me, I don't know if you'll see me fight with doctors, but, proverbially, of course, because we don't want to offend anybody, blah, 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 blah. This, for right now, my show is going to be geared towards getting me ready for Warrior Fest in November. Okay. So you're going to see me in spin class sweating like a pig. Okay. You're going to see me doing deadlifts. You're going to see me pushing a rogue sled with 800 pounds with a weight on it. And the reason I was watching an NFL Network one time, and I saw James Harrison. He's the former defensive end linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I saw him doing some sled work. And in the back of my savage veteran brain in the limbic system, part of me was like, I need to do that. First 2 times I did it, I barely had 350 on it, and it was shameful. I tweaked the hell out of both hamstrings and both calves, and I just started eating bananas. And we just did it. I worked out with a crew. They were all 20 years younger than I was. Okay. Why would I do something that stupid? It goes back to that basic dignity as a man where you can take eating and keep on going. It's all about that old man ego. And apparently my old man ego is really strong because I'm taking this power, still working out with guys 10, 15, 20 years younger than I am just to keep me from getting complacent. I lift to beat the diabetes into submission every day. I lift to beat the PTSD and the TBI into submission every day. There are times I'll be working out, I'll be lifting, and I'll be like on rep number 5. I'll literally lose count in the middle of the set, and I'll have to if I got, dude, did I get all those reps? He's like, yeah, fine. But no, this show is going to be you watching me get ready for Warrior Fest. It's going to be you watching me try to raise funds to get back up to Ohio to get seen by that competent doctor, and maybe down to Charlotte to get seen by that doctor. If my doctor in Ohio vets them and says, yeah, they're cool. Okay. And by the way, I want to thank Nick Kalamatsus and Allie Gilbert for introducing me to Doctor. So I just out of appreciation, to prove I'm not a complete curmudgeon. That's the plan for right now. I'm getting ready for Warrior Fest. If we play our cards right before I get to Warrior Fest, I'll have at least one published book. Because the book I've been working on, based on my time in Baghdad as a prison guard, is pretty much done. It's done. I just got to get a new publisher because what I did, I stood up for my editor and my guys, and the problem, in principle, I have no problem. I will not apologize for standing up for them, because the editor and the publisher don't have to feel the disrespect if my guys don't. If my guys look at the book and say, "You sold out to us. You sold out. You didn't tell our story properly." They don't have to live with that. I do. So I won't apologize in principle for standing up for my guys. What I will apologize for is standing up in the way I stood up for them, which is to say that I took the bull in a china shop after he snorted a pound of crack approach to defending my guys. I'm getting old enough and mature enough where I can acknowledge that I have some horribly aggressive tendencies. So we've got one segment which is basically unrepentantly hate VA. We'll do okay. There's a new show about cars. Okay, I'm going to be on that with him because I'm trying to get back into the automotive technician industry. And in the book, I said I was going to, if I made enough money off the book, the cookbook, and the writing program, I was going to resto mod my Jeep. I'll let you see what kind of shape it's in right now. The book is published and makes me enough money to get my bills paid and get me some tech upgraded. If it makes me a boatload of money, if the old adage controversy sells is true, you're gonna watch me. You're gonna go with me through the journey of resto modding my oldest dirt Jeep Wrangler, and it's not gonna be yellow because you see, it's yellow right now. It's not gonna be yellow by the time it's done because you see, the thing that sucks about being the dependable friend with a yellow vehicle, yellow is the international sign for the taxi cab, and all my broke ass friends. Oh, I need a ride. They're always complaining they need a ride. And just so you know, I'm not a magician. You know what I mean? I'm not a magician in the sense that I can take that taco that they keep offering me and shove it in the gas tank, and it just magically turns into fuel. Okay, I'm not a magician. I don't know any magicians that can take a taco from Taco Bell, cram it in the hole, and where it goes down to the pipe in the fuel tank, and it just magically turns into fuel. I can't pull it off. I'm sorry. Forgive the hell out of me. Okay, so you're gonna go through all these journeys with me because I want you at the end of the day, if you're struggling, to say This bastard is struggling his ass off. He's letting the world see it, and he's still doing the best he damn well can. I'll share a story. I had a friend who died. I mentioned him. I'm not going to say his name, but he died in July of last year, about a week after my dog died. He would always go ghost for a few weeks. He would always go into these anti-social. He would just go dark. We wouldn't see him for weeks at a time. It took them 3 weeks to find his body, so we know he couldn't. We know this is the one time he finally didn't come back. There has been speculation on the cause of his death. I will not speak on it. All I will say is he died. I spent about 4 days just randomly riding around and driving around, just randomly sobbing uncontrollably because I have my feelings on his cause of death. But I'm not going to speak on it. I never talked to anybody about that. So screw it. I'm just going to talk to you. There are times I will just randomly cry, just missing him. And I'm going to honor him in my book because, you see, he's Irish. And I call him Irish. I used to call him Irish Mobster. A, because he's Irish. B, this man, say he looked impeccable. He looked like God is my witness. Anybody who knows this man, he looked like a mafia don in a suit. And because he was an incredibly intellectual individual, he was very intimidating to some people. He was intelligent enough to be incredibly intimidating to stupid people. He really was. He was very dispassionate. He always had his feelings under control, and that's a double-edged sword, obviously. So in my cookbook, he had an absolute love affair with mashed potatoes. So to honor my brother, Irish Mobster, one of these days I'm going to, and it's going to go into the cookbook. I'm not going to show you the ingredients per se and how I do it, but I'll show you the end result. And in the cookbook, it will be known as Irish Mobster's mashed potatoes. I will say this much, though. We're going to see if we can fit a 5-pound slab of smoked bacon. Did you see that pressure cooker I use? We're going to see how many potatoes and how much beer we can fit in that damn pressure cooker. That's all I'm going to say. And I might even do something a little weird. Fun fact I learned from a friend of mine when I was up in Ohio. If you're going to boil potatoes and beer, red potatoes. So, yeah. Because he's Irish, I'm going to get a keg of beer. I'm going to get a keg of Guinness. And I'm going to, yeah. So that's going to be my way of honoring my brother. I love, as wild and foul-tempered as I was, and I have been, I'm known for being, if I'm at all dispassionate and level-headed, it's because of him, and I'll love him forever for that. So that's the plan. This show is going to be, I'm going to get some more segments. I have to, okay? It's a 2-hour show, so I've got to get some more segments. So we're going to do a cooking segment. We're going to do an automotive segment. And I'm going to be on other shows. I'm going to do my automotive segment. I'm going to be on the other automotive show. I can't remember his name. I'm going to be on his show regularly simply because I want to get back in. The third part of my time in Baghdad, the first story I said, let's hit the ground running, screaming and on fire. That's my plan with this show. I'm going to hit the ground running and screaming and on fire and with dangerous amounts of caffeine in my system. That's the plan. Okay. So now I put my money where my mouth is. I got to get ready for Warrior Fest. My big ass. Yeah. So we're going to document my journey, and I'm going to get more segments. I'm going to get an automotive segment. I'm going to get a cooking segment. I'm going to get a writing segment where I'm going to kind of use you guys as guinea pigs to perfect my writing program to get it ready for publishing. And I'm gonna show you guys how I cook healthy. My best attempt at cooking healthy on a shoestring budget because I'm only 70% for PTSD, and man, money is tight. And when I say tight, I mean virgin tight. Not even lying. So here's the plan. I'm gonna sign off here in a few minutes because good hour and a half out of work for now. But no, there's gonna be an automotive segment, a cooking segment, a writing segment, the the VA Fire for Effects segment, and we'll throw in some current events because a lot of people got Florida Man. I mean, I might deal with Florida Man a little bit, but I'm gonna find another state like Alabama or New Jersey. Like there was a story once where this dude stole an ATM machine, straight up stole an ATM machine and tried to get on a bus with it. So we're gonna do New Jersey Man too, because I got some friends from New Jersey and I want to bust their balls. That 2-day diabetic coma in New Jersey. Yeah, I think I'm New Jersey, so we'll just leave it at that. So yeah, that's the plan for right now. I'm gonna start developing more segments so we can get a maximum amount of time, so we can make the most of 2 hours. There's gonna be video. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna put some pictures of me, and yes, my form is crap, so be gentle, yada yada yada. Some pictures of the lifting I do, and I'm gonna do a video for I'm gonna get permission from my gym to do it, obviously, and it's Saturday, so I gotta get there earlier in the morning to beat the rush, because yeah. And I'll do what I'm simply gonna refer to it as a Sled Saturday video. Okay. And I might go out back and play. I'll bring my 70-pound kettlebells because I got a pair of them. And they're the legit Russian ones. I'll do the farmer's walks out back. I'll play around as far as the Atlas stones that they got, I'll play with the run to the litter because I'm not strong enough to lift what I like to call, I'm not sure if I want to call it Darth Vader or fat bastard, but it's a big, yeah. Okay. Cue the quote from Goose. It's a big bastard. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So you can be like, okay, he's old, egotistical, and he's not exactly right in the head doing the dumb things he's doing, but hey, at least he's doing something. That's the theme I'm probably going to go for. So yeah, and we'll document my journey to get my health back, to get my sex life back. Because if you want to get a little spiritual, like the last hookup right before I got out of the truck to head up to the apartment, I'm like, forgive me, God, for I'm about to sin my ass off. So, and after that, I was like, wasn't my best. So I get my sex life back, which means I got to get things fixed, which means I got to find me competent doctors who will diagnose me. Because again, the meanest thing you could ever say to a VA doctor is, would you pretend you don't actually work for the VA and diagnose me correctly on the first try? They don't like that. Don't ask me why. They don't like being picked on like that. So, all right, check it out. What I'll do, I'll get off here. I'll throw some pictures on the WOA main page and the WOA HQ page so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to try to get to where when I get to WordFest, I'm looking good. Here, as a matter of fact, I'll show you what I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear my jeans, but I'm also going to wear, hold on a second, let me find it. It is so damn weird with this damn, when I walk up on the stage. Oh, if I can manage to get my book published, keyword soon, if you guys, if the WOA family can get me on the New York Times bestseller list at WOA at let me find. You know what? I'll find it later. No, here we go. Here's what I'm gonna wear. My name is Mickey. I always got picked on, called Mickey Mouse. Okay, other way. This is the shirt I will wear to Warrior Fest. Okay, I'll wear this shirt. I'll wear a nice pair of jeans, and what I'll do, one thing I've always been a fan of Cat Williams. Always been a fan of Cat Williams. So I'll get the biggest, most obnoxious Cat Williams belt buckle I can find. Like a damn thing will basically be big enough to double as a turkey plate, and I'll wear that and a pair of boots. So yeah. So here's the plan. The journey to Warrior Fest begins now. the journey to get healthy, the journey to get in shape, the journey to get published, the journey to just look good and, have it together and encourage veterans that they can get themselves together. The journey has begun. It starts now, and away we go.